each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us, and remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't really have much, honestly. I'm just tired, man. And I have no reason to be tired. I really don't. It is what it is. I apologize. I don't usually do this, but I forgot to take my meds. So I got to do that now, or I will forget. Don't worry. They're not drugs. So, although I wish I had some. My hand's killing me. In fact, I'm going to ask the doctor if they can give me something. We'll see. If not, I'll get through it. It's just Tylenol ain't doing it, man. It's just not. I wish it was. It'd make it my life a lot easier. I don't really like the other one. I don't know. You guys know how it is. Try to do because I want to try to do the right thing. But that doesn't mean I need to be walking around in pain all the time either. So, anyway. How's that for instant gratification versus delayed gratification? We go through this a lot, but we alcoholics really need to learn the art of delayed gratification, or we ain't gonna make it. We won't make it. I wish we did. Yeah. Michelle said, I was just watching another podcast and instant gratification. I had to hear this. Yeah, theirs is probably better than mine. I'll tell you that right now. It's not quite awake, but that's all right. Welcome to Daily Trudge. Maybe you get something out of both. That's what's cool, and I certainly encourage you to go listen to what other people have to say in this. Also, I'd also be remiss if I didn't say, be careful who you listen to. All right, but doesn't matter where it's coming from. If we take what we need and leave the rest, then maybe we can get something out of everything that we listen to. All right. But I encourage you to listen to other things also. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching live or the rewatch. Hi, Angel. It is good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. Looks like your band had another good time Friday for prom night over at Sober Underground. Good job. Looked like there were a lot of people there. Good job. I'm happy for you. I'm not a huge fan of Sober Underground. Actually, I'm a big fan of Sober Underground, and what they're doing. When I went through stuff with them, it was like 4 years ago, and people can change. And Sober Underground, I think they're getting ready to have a, like a Recovery's Got Talent kind of thing. I think that's pretty cool. Good job. I was waiting on somebody to do that. I wanted to do it, but yeah, I just wasn't able to put it together. All right, so delayed gratification. In the beginning, it's going to feel a lot like, did I do Welcome Daily Treasure and all that? I did. Okay. Angel says we're the only band that they will all be hiring going forward. I can understand why. I'm going to tell you now that I've probably known 20 to 30 bands that where there's a bunch of AA members, but something always goes fucky. Always. So you're one of the only recovery bands where everybody's got some time under their belt and has done the work. They went and did the work, and then they put together a band. They didn't go start a band to distract themselves because they wanted to put things off. So I could understand why. Good job. Yeah. Goes a lot with what we were talking about with commitment earlier. Ugh, my stomach. Did you guys hear that? That was my stomach grumbling. I think I might be hungry. I never know what I am. I know I'm happy to be living in a split level head. All right, let's get started. Let's see. Take 12 is coming out today. We did a snapshot on step 4. I think you'll really enjoy that. You can check out my Facebook. It'll be on there if you'd like to find it. Right. Tomorrow we have God-centered recovery with Roger D. So we'll be doing that. That's always live, but it'll be at a half hour late at 11:30 Mountain Standard Time. At the present moment, I do not have any speakers set up. It's just kind of how it is right now. That's just the way it is. Those are the facts, man. Sad news, unfortunately. We lost Robert Duvall today. If you do not know who Robert Duvall is, he was an actor for years and years and years. He's been in a lot of things. So, yeah, little thing there for Robert. It's not like I knew him, but as you get older and all the actors and performers and everybody that you watched growing up start to die, you start to feel it. You start questioning your own humanity and how much longer you're going to be here. Goes through my mind almost every day. And then I'm like, well, my mom's still alive, my grandma, so I still got plenty of years ahead of me, but there's a part of me that just feels like I've been here for 90 years. Yeah. So there's a part of me that's 13. There's a part of me that's 90. So old souls. All right. So we're not just going to be talking about instant gratification versus delayed gratification when it comes to AA. Right. We are going to I'm basing a little of this off of research also. Right. So we're not going to be just talking about alcohol here, but all the things that seem to want to make us happy, like money, food, relationships, addiction, life decisions. There's a lot of things that go into this, right? So addiction promises relief now, right? And recovery promises freedom later. Now, this part I'm going to take out of the big book. It is in the doctor's opinion. Men and women drink essentially because they like the effect produced by alcohol. Bam, that's it. I didn't drink it for the taste. I did not drink it for the taste. In fact, every time I cover Bill's story with somebody, we're like, who drinks that much freaking gin? Oh my God, like the worst of the worst. What's wrong with you, Bill? That's why I drank. I liked it, and it was immediate. It was immediate, right? Now, we live in what I like to call the microwave age. Everybody wants everything on instant minute. We want everything right now. It's hurry, 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 hurry. All right. Did we not remember what Ferris Bueller said? Sometimes you got to stop. You got to say, fuck it, and stop and smell the flowers. Right. Hi, Amber. Amber says Yoski, which means, which means hello, but for some reason it made me think of like Pokemon or something. Like, is that a Pokemon name? Right. So I drank because I like the effect produced by alcohol. The sensation is so elusive, while they admit it is injurious, they cannot after a time differentiate the true from the false. I couldn't. But we're getting to it. To them, their alcoholic life seems the only normal one. And here it comes. They are restless, irritable, and discontented unless they can again experience the sense and ease and comfort which comes at once by taking a few drinks. Now, you're like, yeah, but there's nothing like that. Well, I don't know. I really enjoy going to my meetings. I find a lot of relief in my meetings. I find a lot of relief in going live and in having closed mouth friends and having a therapist and a very understanding wife and great people in my life. That's where I find my ease and my comfort. Where else do I find it? Well, I find it in God. God God will do for you quicker than what alcohol could do. But even before, when it came to my drinking, I had to wait till I got off work. I had to wait till the money came in. I still had to wait. But I spent my whole day thinking about it. It's all I did. Is it 5 yet? Is it 5 yet? Is it 5 yet? For God's sakes, is it 5 yet? No, Dion, it's 10:05 a.m. Fuck. Yeah. I wanted everything. I wanted it now. Oh, I'll wait. You think that even when it came to relationships that I waited to see if we were a match first? No, I didn't do that. No, I wanted what I wanted and I want it right now. Okay. I have a structured settlement and I need cash now. Next course will be 1877 cars for kids, right? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to yell. I apologize. It's my hand, man. It hurts bad. Anyway, I think I don't know. Maybe I'm just a man and whining. That's probably more what it is, right? So, the difference between this was the alcohol, my addiction gave me that immediate relief. Ah, oh, I feel so better. But the thing is, I had to continue drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking until and those problems never got solved. They never went away. Hey, recovery gave me long-term peace. Do I still not want to feel? Yeah, I go through it. I don't feel today. I don't feel like feeling. But I'm going to do it anyway because I know it's going to pass. Now, what would happen if I decided to go out and drink and I got a little bit of instant gratification from it? That 10 minutes in time, because that's all I'm going to get is about 10 minutes of relief. And it's just going to multiply afterwards. I'll create more problems. I'll go right back to where I was, right? So what does delayed gratification mean? So research shows delayed gratification is the ability to resist a small immediate reward for a larger future reward. Okay, and this applies to money, food, relationships, addictions, life decisions. Those are the big ones. But it could be anything, right? Resident Evil 9 Requiem is coming out. It's 2 weeks away. Fucking way too far away for me. They're talking about movies coming out in 2029. I'm like, I might be dead by then. PlayStation 6, not till 2029. Right? Ah, good stretching. All right. Now, okay, this is what was called the marshmallow effect. And kids were offered, right? They were offered one treat now, or if they decided to wait, they could have two. So, what happened? Let's find out. Children who delayed gratification were more likely to thrive later in life, academic and behaviorally. I'm not sure what happened. It didn't tell me. I wish it really would have told me. Let's do this. Delayed gratification, marshmallow. It's the marshmallow experiment. All right. Stanford marshmallow experiment was studied in 1970, led by about delayed gratification. In the study, a child was offered a choice between one small but immediate reward or two small rewards if they waited for a period of time. During this time, the researcher left the child in a room with a single marshmallow for about 15 minutes and then returned. If they did not eat the marshmallow, the reward was either another marshmallow or a pretzel stick, depending on the child's preference. All right. But what it doesn't say is how it went. It probably does if it would. So, what would you have done? What would you have done? I would have ate it. I already know. I would have went for the instant gratification even as a kid. I would have. My older brother, he would have waited. I already know he would have waited. My personality didn't allow for something like that. Okay. Then what would happen? Well, then my brother would have an extra treat, right? I'm going to tell you something. I wouldn't care. I didn't care. Good for you. I got my marshmallow. Now I'm off doing something else already anyway. You sat around and waited for a pretzel. I'd much rather be doing this than the pretzel. See, I would somehow. Right? That's the way I saw it. So, waiting leads to better long term outcomes for the most part. Right? There are some decisions, you know, if somebody's dying of an overdose, let's not try and make a decision on whether we're using Narcan or not. Let's just do it, right? Okay. I had to use a particular in order to get us there. So remember that everything that we kind of talk in this one is kind of they're broad strokes. So because it's real easy for an alcoholic to find the loopholes in what we do, right? So addiction equaled the inability to delay my reward. And what was the reward? The reward was a better life. But we're not talking 10, 15 minutes. We're not talking a few days or a few weeks. We're talking months. So in the meantime, you're going to need to replace it. You're going to need something. You're going to need support. So, what does the big book say about it? And what does it teach us? Patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love. Patience and willingness. Willing to be patient. I don't need this yet. So I've been working on my smoking. I'll tell you right now, lately it hasn't gone very well. I need to get back on that. Where I've been delaying going and having a cigarette. Yeah, I'm just going to wait a few more minutes. And what's a few more minutes? Just a few more. And it starts to add up. All right. That's one way of trying to cut back. But I got a feeling that I'm probably one of those smokers where I either got to quit. And yeah, this whole going back is not, it's not really working. I hate saying it. So in the big book, it says, we have begun to learn tolerance, patience, and goodwill towards all men. Okay. So, and we let people know, we in a sense, we let newcomers know that they shouldn't expect any immediate results. In fact, we usually see people thinking I know I do this, that I'm further ahead than what I thought I was. Now, it doesn't mean I didn't make any progress. It's just sometimes I have to sit down with somebody and look at the actual situation to see where I'm at. There's also often times where I didn't think I was doing that well, and it turned out I was doing better than I thought. All right. This is just a matter of taking a look at it, measuring it. So newcomers should not expect immediate results. All right. And that's huge because recovery teaches slow change, gradual growth, spiritual progress. All right. Now, Okay. Now, that doesn't mean don't get well. Don't use this as an excuse to not get well, because AA will do for you in a matter of months. That'll take therapists and everybody else years to make the changes in you. Okay? AA is a catalyst. Okay? So let's not be spending months and months and months on our 4-step. I'm discovering it shouldn't take more than a week. Okay, but this is also the way it was presented to me, and I presented it, things like that. So, um, and yeah, people, we all have different ideas on this. I think whatever is best for the person. Right. So I'm learning new ways to do the 4-step so that I can be a better usefulness to the people around me. Michelle says, I just quit. I'm using Wellabutrin. It's day 4 for me now. Good job. I just can't afford it and it smells bad to me now. Good. Those are some good signs. I'm really glad to hear that, Michelle. Good job. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Slightly jealous too, but I'm proud of you. I was offered Wellabutrin too, but I will not, I refuse to detox from anything ever again. I refuse. Nope. And Wellabutrin's an SSRI. So I just didn't have a good experience. But if it's working for you, fuck yeah, do it. And it's the Wellabutrin that's making it smell and taste bad now. It does that. No, good job. Oh yeah, because they're so fine and smooth as is, they taste horrible. Right? So recovery is not instant. It's not instant. It's progressive, but it's more sustainable. Okay. Now, when I drank, I got about 10 minutes worth of okay time. I know it's probably more for you, but at the end, my wife and I sat down. We figured out how long Dion was okay from the time he started drinking until it wasn't okay anymore. It was about 10 minutes. I drank like a fish right before it. That's all the time I got. Or I can delay that 10 minutes that's going to turn into days and weeks of peace and serenity and joy and spiritual experiences. It's the same concept where if you do something good for somebody else, there's a reward to everything that we do. It might be a good reward, it might be a bad reward, but there is a reward for everything that we do. Right? So if I help somebody and I decide to go online, hey, we did a great job over here, this person, and good job. I'm glad that you were able to help that person out. Good for you, man. Okay. So you can either have that accolade or you can wait on God's. Those are the choices. This is the same thing. Do you want instant gratification or delayed gratification? Because God's gift is going to be a lot more sustainable. A lot more. We have got to stop putting band-aids on things that require tourniquets. We got to stop putting tourniquets on things that require band-aids because we alcoholics, we put it backwards. I always seem to be backwards on things, which makes it tough for me sometimes to deal with people in the recovery field who are non-alcoholic. I have to explain to them that my thinking is a little different than theirs. So a lot of them have figured it out. They provide me with, yeah. Today it's been a couple months since I talked with Kathy. She works over at Aurora Mental Health. She is second in command over there. But we get together to talk. I like Kathy a lot. She's awesome. But I've got some concerns. Because the new detox is nice and pretty, but we're doing the same thing. So it's still fraud and body brokering, just prettier doing it. That's my concern. I want to talk to her a little bit about the open house and all the great accolades they gave themselves for doing their job. It was actually kind of disgusting. Oh, and Copa gave us money. They're supposed to give you money. That's their job. But they're over there patting themselves on the backs, saying, look how great of a job we did. You put up a building. We haven't done the job hasn't started yet. So I'm seriously considering reapplying to go work back at East Metro Detox. I'm seriously considering it. So I wouldn't know that. So earlier I probably told you guys a little bit about I was Bill's house or something, or Dr. Bob's house, and it makes no sense to me, but it's separate from AA and everything, and they're doing it correctly. So I just wanted to correct that and let you know, yeah, they're doing the right thing. I don't appreciate it, but they're not doing anything wrong. Not according to traditions or anything. So I just think, maybe we could put our efforts somewhere else. Dr. Bob gave away his services, and now we're charging to let people come to his house. I don't think he'd be okay with that. Bill and Bob often talked about they didn't want to be known as the founders of AA. They just wanted to be members of AA like everybody else. Where's Bill's house? So. But who knows what's going to come out. So, all right. He's not instant, it's progressive. Now we're going to move on to what do we use to get to delayed gratification? Acceptance. Acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. No, I can't. I have to accept that I can't have that right now. Okay. Now, I feel like a child often when I do this, but in a way, I'm kind of dealing with a child because when Dion doesn't get what he wants, he gets angry. I do. When I don't get what I want, I get angry. I'm going to admit it. Right? If you want to admit it, you can. Maybe not everybody gets angry when they don't get what they want. Now, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. I used to get like real mad about it. Now it's a little hissy fit, and then I get over myself, usually. And I don't even say anything to anybody. But I have this face that will tell you exactly how I feel, and it doesn't care. So I have to watch for that. There's been times I've gotten messages, and I'll get a text message from Amber. Dion, you might want to watch you rolling your eyes there. Hey, Dion, you might want to watch your face. It's happened a couple of times. So now I watch it. They don't need to know that because I'm a reactive person. I might be rolling my eyes because they said something that reminded me of me and I didn't like it. It could be as simple as that. Didn't have anything to do with them. But, I know when I'm in the meetings, people are looking at me when they're talking because they're looking for approval. I get pretty overzealous. If you say something, be like, yeah, you're going to see me laughing. I'm going to give you a thumbs up. I want you to know that I'm listening and that what you're saying is important. Right? There's somebody the other day, I'm going to go first and I'm taking a chance because Dion will be after me. What the fuck is that? So acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. Instant gratification says, well, we can fix those feelings now, right? Let's escape that discomfort. I don't try and escape discomfort really anymore. Not emotional discomfort, physical discomfort. If I can do something about it, yeah. Right? But recovery says, why can't we just accept it for what it is right now? Why can't we just sit with this for a little while? And why can't we just let change happen over time? So my acceptance replaced my need to escape. And that's what we do here. It is the replacements of old thoughts for new thoughts, called cognitive behavioral therapy. That's exactly what CBT is. Let's go look. Let's go look it up. I bet it's closer to what you think it is and what it isn't. What is cognitive behavioral therapy? I'm going to turn it down so she's going to start talking. So, CBT is a structured, goal-oriented form of psychotherapy that focuses on identifying, changing negative thought patterns and behaviors to alleviate mental health conditions like anxiety, depression, and stress. Right? It's typically short term, 5 to 20 sessions, actionables, and aims to helping individuals better, healthier coping skill mechanisms. Right? Does CBT and the 12 steps go together? Let's see what it says. Yes, CBT and the 12-step programs like AA are highly compatible and often used together to treat substance use disorder. While differ in approach, CBT is clinical, skill-based therapy, and the 12 steps are community-based and spiritual approach. But when you put these two together, okay, you can't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with just jelly. You can't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with just peanut butter. You got to have both. And it's something I've been trying to bring up because it seems like the spiritual side is dividing with the clinical side and the clinical side is dividing. When we need both, we cannot divide on this matter or people are going to die, man. Not on my watch. Uh-uh. All right. Now, if I'm not really clinical, then maybe I'm going to help my sponsee find a therapist. You can do that as a sponsor. You can help them find a primary care physician. You can help them find a therapist. You can help them fill out Medicaid paperwork. Absolutely, you can. Why not? If you know how to do it, I do it all the time. Let's help. Anyway, all right. So acceptance replaces the growth, right? So what does that growth require? Well, it's going to require willingness, patience, and labor. From Live. Go listen to the song Freaks by Live. You will enjoy it. All right. Freaks by Live. Okay. Anyway, so what are they are the daily actions. And what do? Well, we work on small daily actions, just small ones. Make your bed this morning. Did you shower? Did you take your meds? Did you drink water? Go for a walk? I need to get back to that. What I'm going to do is I have a very big yard. I'm going to start just using my backyard I'm going to just walk in a circle. And I'm going to walk for a certain amount of time, not necessarily steps. All right. So when we utilize willingness, patience, and labor, that is delayed gratification, right? So those small daily actions create very big life changes. We talked about that earlier with, the little things kill, but they also build. And in this case, that's what we are doing. All right. All right. We're going to start and wrap this up now. The addiction mindset says, I want relief now. I don't want to feel this way. I want comfort immediately. And I understand that because I spent a long time being very uncomfortable and not knowing what to do with it. Alcohol was the only answer I had left. All right. So I understand that. But the recovery mindset, we allow these feelings to pass. Right. When it comes to anger, I don't hold on to that one. But some of my other things, maybe every now and again, I'm depressed. No real reason. And I have to just let it be what it is. It's not easy to do. It gets easier every time I go through it. Still doesn't make it easy, Growth takes time and peace comes gradually. Not all of us are going to get those sudden moments of sublime, man. Your peace and your serenity are earned. Those are not gifts. Those are earned. Right? You get one big gift, the obsession. The obsession is removed. The rest you got to work towards. Okay. But you can't work towards all the others unless the obsession is gone. And I shouldn't know. That's not, no, that's not true. No, that would be wrong. Strike. Right? So we let those feelings pass. Drinking after stress, quitting when uncomfortable, avoiding hard conversations, impulsive decisions. Those are instant gratification. So instead, okay, there's one part that hasn't been brought up yet: accountability. Oh, I can't go to the liquor store. I need to call my sponsor later. Oh, I can't go to the bar with the people after work. I have a 5 o'clock meeting. Oh, I can't do that. I have other things to do that I want to do. Because you've gotten to the point where you don't have to go to those AA classes anymore. And now you go to your home group. All right? So going to meetings, working the steps, building trust slowly. Building trust slowly, not in an alcoholic time, but in real people time. And healing relationships. All right. So, that instant gratification, it gives me short-term pleasure, but it just comes out as long-term pain. Where recovery offers me short-term discomfort for long-term peace. Once again, this alcoholic had the cart before the horse, right? So, addiction equals that instant relief, and recovery is long-term freedom. So, what is patience? Well, it's a recovery superpower. People that go through the 12 steps, alcoholics who have recovered, they end up being very patient people. We do, because we practice it a lot. And patience isn't about just shutting up and listening. No. Right? Because sometimes I talk to somebody, they take forever to get to the point. It drives me crazy. It drives me pretty crazy. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Throw a couple prayers my way for this talk that I'm having at 2:30. I just, somebody's giving me their time. I want to make sure that I'm utilizing that time as best as I can. We are still looking at the peer-led pathways. It's something that I want to do where I'm going to go out to the public and help people. But I had to get through this surgery first, and we got to get a couple things done. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out.